I think we all were like, finally,
Yeah.
finally. But it's also, I think, something to celebrate. I think it's been a long time coming. I feel like there's been a lot of people before us that kind of laid the foundation to allow us to get here. The 91 team, the 99ers, Billie Jean King, all.
First, I want to start off with this. You have partnered with Icy Hot to introduce their new pro line and to launch the launch of Pro Time Off. Could you talk about a little bit about the campaign and why do you want to partner with Icy Hot?
Yeah. So I just think throughout my career, I've recognized the importance of rest and recovery after a game or tournament, whatever it is. And but I also know that not everybody is afforded that luxury of taking time off after a big event. So in conjunction with the launch of the new pro product line, we're also introducing this Pro Time Off campaign, and it's emphasizing the stories of everyday athletes and the pro level effort that they're putting into their craft. And then also encouraging them to take the time off that they need so that they can go again for the next big event if they're able to. So I think it's something that I can relate to as an athlete and hopefully can help push the message out to everyday athletes.
Of course, rest and recovery is important for athletes and really for anybody. But for you, what is rest and recovery like when you're in season?
Oh man, I feel like in season, it's so, the league that we play in is so hard. It's so like physically demanding. So for me, which I say this all the time, but I just love doing nothing. So like my off days, it's like I'm on the couch, I have a coffee, I have a book, or I'm watching sports, and I'm just like doing nothing, and I love it. And I think that like kind of day to recharge is like so vital for me. And then I feel like it helps me go back on the field and be 100% ready. So that's my routine, doing nothing.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. And what tips do you have for athletes as they learn about the best way to rest and recover?
I think the biggest tip I would have is just like the importance of it. I think,
Yeah.
Obviously in my career, it's like, it's built into my everyday life because it's so important for what I do, but not everybody is able to do that, or maybe even remembers to do that, to like give themselves times off and like take a second to breathe and recover and recharge. So I think I would say that just like the importance of giving yourself time to recharge and recover.
Of course. And, obviously all of that's important. And you talked a little bit about the league that you play in, the National Women's Soccer League. You remember the OLRN last year. They reached the semifinals, got second place in the regular season. How confident is the team going into this season and being able to get over that hump and win the championship?
Yeah, I think we had a really good second half of our season last year, and coming into this year, we're excited to build on that. But I think we feel like we have some unfinished business. So I think that's kind of been our motivation this season. And it's a long season, so we're just getting started. But yeah, I think we have some pretty big goals that we've set for ourselves, and like I said, unfinished business. So we're looking to accomplish all that.
Speaking of goals, what goals do you have for yourself individually for this season?
I mean, I think honestly, I feel like whenever I start focusing too much on myself, I get away from like the bigger picture. I think my goal is for us to win the Shield, win the championship, win as much as possible. And that's kind of going to be taking it one game at a time. So I think my goal is kind of our team goal.
There's nothing wrong with that. And last year, before you joined the OLRN, you were with Manchester City. How was it like playing in Europe?
It was really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. I think I got to play with some amazing players. Obviously, City is an incredible club, and the facilities and all the resources they were able to provide was amazing. The city was really cool. It was during the pandemic, so like a lot of stuff was closed up. So I didn't really get to like get the full experience, but even so, it was still really cool. I'm like happy I went over and experienced that and got to play a year in that league. I think it's a really good league with a lot of really good players.
Absolutely, it is. And also, you're obviously a member of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team, and they just made a big announcement when it comes to equal pay, something that was in the works for the last few years. What is your reaction when you first learned the news?
I think we all were like, finally.
Yeah.
Finally, but it's also, I think, something to celebrate. I think it's been a long time coming. I feel like there's been a lot of people before us that kind of laid the foundation to allow us to get here. The 91 team, the 99ers, Billie Jean King, so many people kind of like allowed us to even be in the position to get this done. So it's definitely a really, really cool day. I think we know there's still so much more ground to gain in women's soccer and women's sports. But this was definitely a really cool day.
Absolutely. And you've been with the U.S. Women's National Team since 2017, and you've experienced some great moments. What would you say would be your favorite moment?
Probably winning the World Cup.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun.
Of course. Yeah, that had to be really exciting. Just a historic moment. And speaking of the World Cup, that comes back next year. And I guess the team starts the qualifying matches here soon. But how confident are you guys going into these qualifying matches and going into next year's World Cup that you can defend the title?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, we have to qualify. We don't ever want to look past that. I think CONCACAF teams are getting better, and so it's going to be tough. And usually the past times I've been in qualifying, we've hosted in the US. So we've kind of had that home crowd advantage, but this qualifiers is going to be in Mexico, which is going to have like a whole nother layer to it. So I think this is going to be like a really big tournament in itself. I feel confident in whoever we put out on the field. I think we have a lot of incredible players, veteran players, younger players. I feel like there's a big pool of talent that I think can help us get the job done.
Of course. Yeah, I think everyone's excited about these upcoming matches, the qualifying matches, and next year's World Cup. And the last question for me before I let you go is, last year, the team competed in the Tokyo Olympics. You guys came up short from the gold medal, but you still won bronze. But for you, how was the overall experience of the Olympics?
Yeah, it was hard. I think we went from the World Cup, where I feel like a lot of things went right for us, to the Olympics, where a lot of things didn't go right for us. So I feel like they were two different experiences, but I think two different experiences that I learned a lot from in different ways. And I think, considering how everything we like kind of went through as a team in the Olympics, I think coming away with the bronze was definitely like pretty cool and a big deal, even though it was third place. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a tough experience, but I think something me and the team learned and grew a lot from.
No doubt about that. Well, Rose, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Good luck to you this season with the OL Reign, and good luck to you qualifying matches and the World Cup itself.
Thank you so much.